Welcome to Mind Zone, where the most important moments happen in silence. No warnings, no second chances, just sharp eyes and faster moves. Let's break down the exact seconds bodyguards save celebrities from turning headlines into tragedies. Outside a Miami courthouse during one of Trump's most scrutinized legal appearances. Expectation says order should hold, but reality under pressure rarely follows expectation.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. That's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Outdoor venues present an exponential increase in threat vectors, where long-range elevated positions become the primary security concern. Managing a 360-degree environment with thousands of variables requires a level of coordination that pushes the limits of even the most elite agencies.
Your head is bloody. So we gotta move to the bus. Watch out.
There's a perspective that the security response may have been delayed, as Donald Trump wasn't immediately moved into the vehicle, despite the uncertainty about potential threats still nearby.
All right, get him out. Get him out of here, folks. Why is he angry? Why is he? I'm just saying. His hand. We're almost finished. What took him so long? Guy looks like he's 15 years old. What's going on over here? What's going on? She'll lock him in his bedroom. So folks, here's what happens. I will call up Carrier to do it myself. I know it's not.
In high-threat political environments, the speed of the agent's movement is the only factor that prevents a chaotic surge from becoming a direct physical assault.
Mr. President, why are you losing to Trump in the polls?
At Biden's campaign site in Wilmington during a motorcade stop, a vehicle forces its way into a closed-off area and hits the SUV acting as a shield. That's where the system proves itself. The edge of a stage is the most vulnerable point in a stadium environment, where the distance between the asset and thousands of variables is reduced to zero. Going on stage without the artist's permission is not okay. There's no way to know someone's intentions or what could happen. Here, the bodyguard appeared to react a little late. At the BRICS Summit venue in South Africa, right as Xi Jinping walks inside, you'd expect his team to follow freely, but that's not how host security works. moment when a Rammstein show feels more like a ladder match than a concert. The individual known online as Pajama Man has once again been involved in inappropriate behavior towards celebrities, this time involving Ariana Grande. Johnson Wen was sentenced to 9 days in jail by a Singapore court. It raises questions about how far people will go just to gain attention on social platforms. At a crowded event, Kim Kardashian encountered known disruptor Vitaly Sediuk. That small gap was enough, but professionals are defined by how quickly they correct and reset the situation. Control isn't measured by preventing every incident, but by how fast it's contained. After contact with Özgür Özel, the quick detention of the attacker shows the system shifting rapidly back to order. For an artist, this is a double-edged sword. While it keeps them safe in the moment, it also creates a chaotic image on stage. This incident highlights why fast security is vital to prevent the star from having to look aggressive or violent in front of thousands of recording cell phones. After a Euro 2024 match, Cristiano Ronaldo faced a sudden fan breach. 1 second changes everything. This is where elite security proves its value. Outside a hotel in Munich, a fan tried to break through a strong security presence, climbing over barriers and sprinting toward the Real Madrid players. I understand the excitement of meeting your idol, but risking everything for a few seconds and leaving a bad impression feels questionable. Is it truly about admiration or just about being seen online? And here's another situation just like this. A global figure draws unpredictable intent, and that's the tension. Control belongs to someone like Yassine Chueco, trained to shut that down before it defines the moment. Crossing security lines means facing immediate intervention from trained professionals. In 2025, this bodyguard was banned from accessing the technical area after entering the field without authorization and getting into a confrontation with an opposing player. His repeated appearances on the pitch have sparked controversy, while also raising questions about whether stricter measures are needed to manage overly excited fans. Crowd emotion can shift instantly, and unpredictability follows right behind. That's where trained protection turns chaos into controlled space. Elite protection doesn't operate on assumptions. A threat is a threat regardless of age or perceived intent. In the end, the boy still got a happy ending with a photo alongside his idol. It wasn't really an attack, but she clearly broke the rules by running past security, something you're not allowed to do. You never know what someone's intentions are. At the end of the day, it was her decision to rush the stage, and security actually handled it pretty calmly. That would have startled anyone, so I can only imagine how it felt for her in that moment. The fact that she kept going so smoothly shows real professionalism. Her adrenaline must have been intense. It's an unusual contrast, a gospel performance centered on peace and faith, set against a backdrop of tight security. And this is why her bodyguards stay with her every step of the way on stage. Effective protection relies on the psychological certainty that unauthorized access will not be tolerated. Maybe in that moment he realized he had made a mistake.
These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is hit the smoke, I can get them both. I don't want to choose, and I'm quick, I don't dance now. I'm in said I don't got it.
The video of Cardi and her DJ encouraging fans to splash her is a PR nightmare. It creates a mixed signals environment where fans think physical interaction is invited. A harmless tap is a failure of distance management that requires an immediate, overwhelming physical correction. Well, a professional detail prioritizes the safety of the asset over the public perception of the intervention. Peso Pluma stepped in to stop his own security, which is a high-risk move for any artist. It's a move that wins over the crowd, but it definitely gives his security chief a heart attack every time it happens. At a televised campaign stop in Japan, just as Fumio Kishida greets voters, everything looks routine until something lands near him. The bodyguard takes control in a split second, pushing the device away and deploying a shield before it can escalate. A secure perimeter relies not only on professional staff, but also on the collective behavior of the frontline environment. G-Dragon proved why he's a veteran in this industry. Fans want a moment, but not every moment belongs to them. It's a feel-good story because nothing bad happened, but man, that's a massive lapse in protection. They're lucky he just wanted a hug and not something way worse. The fact that the protester was one of dozens of identical dancers is a security nightmare. In a massive production, visual consistency is used for art, but here it was used as camouflage.
Ha llegado la hora de la recuperación económica y necesitamos.
August 4th, 2018, Caracas, with Nicolas Maduro mid-speech at a public event. An explosion triggers panic in the ranks. That's the visible chaos. Security moves instantly, shielding and removing him, even as conflicting stories begin to form about what actually caused it. If you try to bypass security just for a selfie, you're gonna get treated like a threat, period.
Can I do some new shit off of Peak TV Utopia? Goddamn Say what?
Stop running on stage, y'all, ruining it for everyone else. I can't say I feel bad for paparazzi when they act like that. There's a way to do their job respectfully, but ignoring boundaries only makes things worse for fans and puts artists in uncomfortable situations.
Okay.
Kwa sababu ya masaa munataka kwenda kuswali, mukiswali na mkumbuke taifa letu. Mimi nataka niseme kwa watu wa Wajia, vijana ya Wajia, asanteni.
At first glance, he just looks like any speaker at the podium, but that's actually the president of Kenya, and notice how quickly the officers reacted, closing in within seconds.
Relax hapo, waketi hapo. So, mjue ya kwamba tunawapenda sana na tutarudi hapa vile nimewaeleza. Kwa sababu ya masaa na tunajua
This is a common dynamic. When someone feels physically protected by security, they may be more likely to let a verbal conflict escalate.
World Star Hip Hop, man. Black Ink shit, man. Ink shit. Look at that ass.
Allez, allez, venez là. Un petit coup.
Meeting citizens face to face is part of how leaders like Emmanuel Macron build trust. That principle gets tested the second a man turns a greeting into an attack, but security proves its role by removing the threat instantly, and Macron reinforces the principle by continuing to engage, while the attacker ends up facing prosecution.
Monsieur Macron, Monsieur Macron, Monsieur Macron, une photo.
Once again, Vitaly Sediuk is involved, and his actions this time come across as highly confrontational.
Yo, watch Kenya.
Moments like this highlight why it's important to stay aware at concerts. Losing control can quickly cross the line and result in real consequences, like being removed or even banned. This incident reveals that the security team may not have been fully alert. It also underscores the price of fame, as artists can encounter fans who push boundaries and unintentionally create risky situations.
Stop pushing me, bro. Stop pushing me. Be careful, Ari. Be careful, Ari. Be careful, Ari. Ari, be careful. Ari, be careful. Queen!
Engaging with an unscreened crowd represents the highest level of risk in executive protection, as it eliminates the safety buffer between the asset and potential threats. Bless traded a moment of discipline for a night of total loyalty from his Ontario audience. What do you think about a professional boxer like Floyd Mayweather Jr. needing around 30 bodyguards just to go shopping? One guy's split-second decision to run on stage cost the production a grand piano and almost ended the night early. What the bodyguard does for Taylor Swift isn't extraordinary. It's exactly what high-level protection is supposed to look like. I've seen this clip over and over, and I still crack up every time those two photographers get casually picked up and moved. The guy will never forget this moment, but neither will the stadium's insurance company. What happens to Gaz Moetti reveals two issues at once. The fan crossed the line, and the response crossed into reaction, showing how quickly situations can spiral on both ends. From a pure security standpoint, the optics of full protection often signal how high the threat level is perceived to be. Fans are increasingly viewing artists as props for their social media rather than human beings. The coincidence was kind of hilarious. While the fan was being guided away, Lady Gaga was singing, "I Don't Wanna Be Friends." Still, it's a reminder that even well-meaning fan moments can feel overwhelming. She did a great job keeping her composure and maintaining space. It sounds cool to pull up on your fans, but when hundreds of people start swarming a moving car, it's not a party anymore. It's a safety hazard. You can see Nicki realized it too late.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all not doing security out here? You're not doing security? Well, you slow as well.
The burly, bald-headed guard looks the part, but his performance was a failure.
It's all good. We turned up an option. It is what
It's almost unbelievable. Arnold later said he didn't even realize what happened, assuming it was just the crowd pushing around.
He actually got to.
Thank you very much for coming.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Public figures don't just manage risk, they manage perception.
What does that say? Every note on guitar? On guitar? You wanna try it?
Oh my god!
Now that's a true fan, impressing their idol with real talent. Safe to say, he probably caught a lot of attention tonight.
Girl tries running at Drake.
Deal with that.
Oh, great!
This appears to be a former security guard who may have some unresolved frustration.
Yo, what the fuck is this?
Okay, here we see ambulance. The ambulance stuck in the traffic, but they and paparazzi. Everything for dying in the car, you think?
Once again, it's Vitaly Sediuk. And do you know the reason he gave this time? He claims his actions were driven by his belief that Gigi Hadid isn't a true high fashion model. People forget the level of adrenaline involved in a world tour performance. You're in a high-stress, high-volume environment. When someone grabs you and won't let go, that adrenaline can turn into instant aggression. This guy's got a pretty confident look on his face. Moments involving Donald Trump often carry layered meaning, where a small gesture can be interpreted as character, leadership, or intent. He had a moment with his idol and jokingly recreated their signature funny dance. This is such a great example of a fun and respectful fan interaction.
boy? It looks good on you, Rick.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, a young rapper with a lot of potential, but also surrounded by plenty of controversy. While the hug ended peacefully, this kind of stage invasion sets a dangerous precedent. When stars are too nice about these breaches, it signals to other fans that jumping the barrier is an acceptable way to get attention.
Leo, una foto, porfa. Leo, porfa, Leo, por favor. Leo. Problema de Maradona, por favor.
Some people are taking her side, but let's not forget, no one should be touched without consent. That's a clear boundary. If an artist isn't feeling 100%, interacting with a mob is a major safety risk. Her straight to the car walk is the most professional way to handle a crowd when you can't guarantee a safe engagement. This 2009 incident was a turning point for celebrity protection. It proved that no matter how safe an arena feels, a single motivated person can cause chaos. It led to much stricter protocols regarding pit security and the use of invisible guards stationed closer to the artist. If you look closely at these clips, half the time it's not even fans waiting, it's professional resellers. It might seem excessive to some people, but in my view, he's just doing his job. The same moment that could have been stopped becomes meaningful because someone chose kindness over distance.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he get a taste of something else because, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
This wasn't just a sudden act, it was built-up pressure. Deobra Redden was facing sentencing, and when a harsher outcome seemed likely, stress may have peaked. With a history of instability, his reaction became immediate and uncontrolled.
Get off her. Oh, you're good, you're good. Hey, where's Mary Kate? Is she okay?
Victoria Beckham, the wife of famous footballer David Beckham.
Alright guys, I have something I gotta tell you. I feel like I'm not doing you guys justice tonight because I have to admit I'm not feeling too good. You guys know I'm really sorry that I don't know, I feel like my guys. So what I'm gonna do is hit you and you. See me right here? There was no one okay. You guys gotta be safe though, you gotta be safe.
In a high-energy environment, a single breach often triggers a domino effect of unauthorized access across the entire front row. It's incredibly professional, but also deeply unfair that a female leader has to tolerate physical harassment just to maintain her political standing. Power at that level doesn't remove risk, it concentrates it. For Kim Jong-un, extreme protection reflects not just authority, but total dependence on a system designed to prevent even the smallest threat from getting close. This is Kylian Mbappe's visit to his roots, where he returned with the goal of doing charity work. When you're talking about a guy worth hundreds of millions of dollars, standard security doesn't cut it.
Ça c'est quoi ça?
professional bodyguard, and a true professional artist. Something tells me he's not washing that hand anytime soon. He just touched his idol's hand. That expression says it all. In security, information is leverage. Clear footage of someone can reveal patterns, positioning, even vulnerabilities, so blocking that information removes potential advantage before it's used. Watching Angelina Jolie in this swarm is like watching a masterclass in staying calm. When fans jump on a police vehicle, the perceived authority of the law is temporarily suspended. This mob mentality makes individuals feel invisible and invincible. From a security standpoint, the van became a soft target in a sea of people.
Let's go. Please don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him. Please don't choke. Don't choke. Don't choke. Please, 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 please. I love you too. But
It's a cool moment, but it does make you think about how easily something like this could turn dangerous if the wrong person tried it.
1 second, guys. You got your phone? Just take it. 1 second, guys.
Mexican actor Eric Elias seemed to be testing Jennifer Lopez's female bodyguard, and it looks like she definitely didn't disappoint. This is a Chan Chin correction for all fans. Your worst 5 minutes will live forever on the internet.
If that was me, I'll be dead by now.
There's a reason close distance is tightly controlled. Airports are the worst place for a celebrity in crisis. There's nowhere to hide once you hit that terminal. Many people expressed support for the firm way he handled an overzealous fan. It feels like a perfect, heartwarming moment. What starts as resistance can quickly turn into coordination. BTS, one of the biggest music groups in the world, is escorted by security as they pass through the airport. In Jordan, the king has strong public support, and people sometimes approach him to hand over letters or requests. But in the moment, security can't tell who's friendly and who might pose a risk. Imagine being surrounded by a crowd with cameras pointed at you all day. His composure likely comes from years of experience.
Oh my God!
What happens to Adam Levine highlights something bigger. The danger isn't always the object, but how easily it reaches its target.
Jay, 안녕!
When a high-profile athlete is injured, the bodyguard's job shifts from preventing threats to ensuring mobility.
Rodri, ¿cómo estás?
Rodri, ¿qué tal?
Je vous demande gentiment, vous comprenez pas, maintenant vous reculez.
Macron is known for his contact style of politics, but doing this in a high-security environment like a state visit to China is a massive gamble.
عمري الافضل في زعلان
The real critica should be directed at the stadium security, not just the player. An athlete should never be put in a position where they have to be their own bouncer during a live TV interview. A leading Indian actor, singer, and music producer was seen getting into his car surrounded by bodyguards. His strong presence and heavy security detail caught everyone's eye.
A fan grabbing Cardi's mic at wireless, then beat with it.
Fans often forget that performers aren't public property. Buying a ticket doesn't give anyone the right to pull hair or grab equipment. Cardi B reacted in the moment after her personal space was violated.